This is the base cube we use for our moving cube assignment, and I'm going to animate it by applying a nonlinear squash deformer. In the attribute editor, you then get, if you select the cube, the squash, which allows you to squash and stretch it. Now you see that it seems to grow as you do that, as it squashes, it stretches in the other directions, but the equal amount in both directions, so it seems to grow. Setting the expand to 0.5 tends to look a lot better. It doesn't seem to grow as it squashes and stretches. Now we want to animate this, and normally we animate stuff by hitting S. So say we want to animate it like this, and we would hit an S. It doesn't actually set a keyframe on the squash, it sets a keyframe on the object itself if you hit S. So that doesn't work. You can, of course, go in here, right click and do set key, then can go somewhere else, change the setting and do another set key, so we have it animated. That's not very convenient as you're animating. So let's not do this. Break connection. Go back to the thing, set it back to 0. What we want to do is add a controller and have that drive this vector. Let's create a circle, which we're going to put at 0, 0. Put above it. Now we will shape it nicer later, but I'm just going to show how this works. This one we want to drag up and down to squash and stretch our little cube. So we're going to our cube, to the squash, to the vector, say set driven key, and the vector is going to be driven by our controller, which we named controller, and of course
controller.
And of course we want to first freeze the transformations on the thing. So this is going to be the driver, it's going to be the translate Y driving it. We're going to set a key, then we're going to lower our controller, going to the cube, to the squash, make sure it's nicely squashed as you lower it, set another key. Down here you see that there are now 2 keys. We actually want to have that relationship be linear. So now if I take the controller and I move it up and down, it squashes and stretches or at least it squashes, the stretch is not active yet. It squashes the cube. And now, because it's a controller driving it, we can just hit S or Shift W, go to a different frame. Another S or Shift W, because you don't need to animate, rotate and scale. And yes, it's animated. So that's how you can easily use a controller to animate a nonlinear deformer.